Cut.
Seriously, I just did it.
Get it, Ron.
Seriously, I'm sorry. I got it this time, seriously.
So the reason I've written and I'm directing the Ashton Brown story is because who better an expert at Ashton Brown than Ashton Brown himself? You know, I get stopped on the street all the time. People say, you know, Ashton, you're so young. You're only 25. You're agile. You got a pretty mouth. Why are you making an autobiography so soon? I tell them this is just part one of the Ashton Brown saga, and there's more to come.
The Real Ashton Brown, Scene 28B, Take 6.
I know we talked about this at length, but we need to do it better.
18.
Right?
You're drinking it like you would drink it, right?
Yeah.
I want you to drink it like I would drink it. Let me show you.
24. 34.
Is this like soon? I did it like that.
You're grabbing it like it's a hand grenade.
83.
Cut.
Ashton, I told you to stop messing with my camera. You ain't gonna amount to nothing, you little Now give me that, you punk.
You know, I hated my father. He always said, you know, I'd never grow up to be anything. I'd work in the factory like him for the rest of my life. You know, I'm showing him. I'm making this film. It's gonna be great. This is the Brown family trailer. This is where I grew up. A lot of memories here. Someday I think I'm gonna burn it down. The big thing on my mind now is this pompous kid outside, and he's not really crying like I want him to. So just to show the anguish that I went through in this trailer, I need him to cry like I cried. And he's giving me a tough time. I'm going to get him to cry. This kid is unprofessional. Oh, I stepped on a rat. Cut. Wrong.
So what I do this time, huh?
You're spooning her wrong.
All right.
Sarah, could you hop out for a second, babe? I'm going to give her a little lesson. All right, Kim. I'm going to be Sarah.
Okay.
I want you to get close.
Okay.
And I just want to feel your breath on my neck.
So when Ashton asked me to do him in his autobiography, I was just so excited because he is a very big filmmaker, so I hear, in America. And I couldn't think of what to do to get into his character. So I just decided to follow him around and just do everything that he does. I mean, I followed him to a family reunion. One night we went ballroom dancing together.
And then he got out the stuffed animals. So cute. I thought he was going to be a jerk.
A director of my caliber has vision, you know, and sometimes the actors don't see that vision, and this stupid actor definitely doesn't.
I got it this time, seriously. I got it.
Do it again.
I got it.
So I just have to draw it sometimes. The ideas are bigger than me. They're bigger than everybody. So I drew this. Do you see? Do you see it? Have you ever seen anything like it?
I've studied Ashton Brown for a couple of days now, and this is a very straightforward case of Freud's Oedipus complex. And he shows severe signs of aggression towards his father, stemming from daddy issues as a child. His documentary is an ego defense mechanism his subconscious created to alleviate his castration anxiety and suppressed sexual fixation for his long-lost mother.
I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek on one of the scenes we're working on. My grandma was a bit of a lover of soldiers, so I have 5 grandpas. And I'd like to think that they were all really good friends in the war. And this scene should explain that. So, roll it. I'm hoping for a pretty big turnout. I invited a bunch of guys from the Y. They're going to come up and sit down. I bought a bunch of tickets myself, too, so, you know, whatever.
Story time. Mrs. Brown, this is the most perfect baby I've ever delivered. What shall he be named?
Ashton.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined today by the highly accredited, world-renowned filmmaker of the smashing hit, Working with Ashton. How are you doing today?
Great, it's a pleasure to be here.
Now, your film was incredible. Amazing success. It beat box office records. However, there's a rumor circulating that you actually worked on Ashton Brown's film. Is this true?
Yes, it is. I played one of the 5 grandfathers in his film. I would have to say that is where I got my muse for my movie. Because while working with him, I noticed some pitfalls in his endeavor, mostly that he was lying about his entire autobiography. So I felt it was my artistic right and obligation to out him to the rest of the world. And so that's where the success for my movie came in, was just telling the truth of the real Ashton Brown story.
Well, thank you for joining us. That does it for this episode of SIUE Global Village.